guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the Strymon Timeline Multidimensional Delay pedal. Let's get started. The Strymon Timeline is Strymon's flagship delay pedal. Strymon first unveiled the Timeline back at the NAMM show in 2011, but don't let the age fool you. To this day, the Strymon Timeline is one of the top-selling pedals out there. Over the years, Strymon has provided and continues to provide firmware updates for the Timeline on a fairly regular basis to help improve the pedal. This means that whether you have a 5-year-old Timeline or a brand new Timeline, the features, functions, and sounds should be the same. So what's this pedal all about? To answer this question, let's break this down to just the core stuff to start. The Strymon Timeline features 12 delay machines to choose from. There's D-tape, D-bucket, digital, dual, pattern, reverse, ice, duck, swell, trem, filter, and lo-fi. There are 7 front panel tone shaping knobs, which include time, repeats, mix, filter, grit, mod speed, and mod depth. You can also dive into the menus and tweak a bunch more settings if that's your jam. The Strymon Timeline is really a lot more than just a delay pedal. Some people even refer to it as a delay workbench. But whatever you call it, there's a lot of delay action going on in this pedal. Here we go. It's got 200 presets, a 30-second looper, stereo ins and outs, MIDI implementation, an expression pedal input, a feedback loop so you can insert other effects pedals into the signal path, a tap tempo switch, an analog dry path that's never converted to digital. It's true bypass. It has a selectable trails mode. It's got a 3 dB booster cut savable per preset, a selectable tap subdivision that's also savable per preset, an optional kill dry mode to mute the effects signal for use in a parallel effects loop, and a global tap tempo mode. Alright, so as you can see, there's a lot going on under the hood. Tone time! Alright, so let's check out some tones on the Strymon Timeline. So rather than just demo some traditional delay tones that, by the way, sound great on the Timeline, I thought I'd cover some more inspired tones. Alright, so here are 4 inspired tones on the Strymon Timeline Multidimensional Delay pedal. Alright, so we're up to first impressions on the Strymon Timeline. First off, the delays in this thing are pristine. Sometimes a little too pristine for my taste. As for me, I'll have to add some dirt and grit since I like my delay sounds a little more organic. But that shouldn't be a problem with the Timeline's tweakability. Second, I didn't think that the presets in the Timeline were all that inspiring. Sure, there were a couple where I was like, that's pretty cool, but for the most part, the presets were kind of meh. Still, that's not why I bought the Timeline. I'm going to be making my own presets anyway. And third, the pedal can be a little overwhelming at first. With my Brigadier, for example, I was able to dial up a delay tone in less than a minute. With the timeline though, I was lost for a little bit until I read the manual. The foot switches are one example. Basically, the timeline uses the concept of banks to store settings. Each bank contains two presets, A and B. To go up a bank, you need to press the B and tap switch at the same time, and to go down a bank, you need to press the A and B switch at the same time. From there, you can select either preset A or B. With that said, it's not what you'd call instant gratification gear. But if you read the manual and spend some time with the unit, you'll likely become a fan pretty quickly. Last up, so why a Strymon Timeline? This is my checklist, yours may be different. First, on my pedal board, I need to have multiple delays. I regularly use an analog delay, a digital delay, and a tape delay. The Strymon covers my basic delay food groups and a whole lot more. Second, whether it's live or in the studio, I need a delay that can lock in to preset tempos. I typically don't do the tap tempo thing unless I absolutely need to. I do have a one-size-fits-all delay sound that I use, but that's another thing. The timeline allows me to have different delay presets that I can call up on a per-song basis, which is exactly what I need. Third, and this is a future thing, I'm really inspired by some of the cool tones I've heard other players come up with using the timeline. As I get more familiar with the timeline, I'd like to be able to use it to add some color and dimension to songs and sessions that I'm involved with. Alright, well there you have it. I hope this video helps if you're interested in the Strymon Timeline. More to come on the Strymon Timeline, but for now, thanks for hanging out, don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Rocks out.